Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Renita, and I am so excited to be back with you here again for Leadership Live Week 19. Week 19. So let's be reminded that if we're in Leadership Live Week 19, we are also in the 19th week of 2021. And wow, look how far we've come. Look how far we've made it. Isn't it exciting? It's exciting for me. It's exciting for you. I hope it is. Well, for those of you all who have never caught Leadership Live and have no clue who I am Dr. Renita. I am an educational leadership strategist. That means I work with leaders aspiring and growing who want to become more authentic, who want to empower their fellowship and to make a greater impact. I'm also a coach. I am an author, the author of Stepmom, Trials, Tribulations, and Triumphs, as well as While You Are Sleeping, the Perfect Children of All Ages book. That's not really on the book, but I like to say it because it is. I'm a stepmom, which means I am a mom. I am also a wife. I'm a mother of four. I have two children I birthed and two children that I own. I figure if I feed you for so long, I own you. You are in my docket. You belong to me. And I love my boys so much, but I also love my girls. I am a queen. I am the current reigning Mrs. Black North Carolina, as well as the Elite Southern Charms North Carolina Ultimate Grand Supreme and the East Coast USA National Talent Performer of the Year. Yeah, I'm a real queen. Like, I'm a queen, but I'm also a queen. I am. I am a minister. I am a founder of the Refining Life, it's an organization, nonprofit, and its mission is to provide you with experiences to have your mindset shifted so that you can lead a more positive and productive life. I'm a veteran educator. I'm a mentor. I'm a mentee, and I love sunshine and life. And I hope that you do too. And Leadership Live is my way of giving back to the world and helping highlight amazing leaders in life. Let me tell you, we have had some fabulous come through here. Now, back in 2019, I did this all by myself for 52 weeks. I came on and I shared with you some journey, some life, some things that I had done. But then, hold up, wait a minute. 2021 came and God tickled my Shana Na again and said, you need to do Leadership Live again, but this time you need to bring on some of your leader friends. And let me tell you, it's been quite a ride, quite a journey, and week 19 is not going to lack any. Let me go ahead and bring this sister on. She is amazing. She is what I call fabulous. Just be ready. Just be ready. Here she comes. Tosha Richardson in the house. She's in the house. She's in the house. She's in the house. She's in the house. Hey, she's in the house. I love Tosha. Did you see that she did jail with me? Where her mommy juice? Where's her mommy juice?
That's my mama juice. I call it my hot drink. That's my hot drink.
Tosha, I am so excited to have you with us tonight. And everybody just know, I know Lakeitha said it a few weeks ago, but Tosha's not going to give you any less, real and raw all the way. And we are talking about quite a mighty topic tonight, a topic that I think a lot of us experience and we fight against, but we just need to know the real about. So Tosha, I'm going to give you the floor. Tell the people a little bit about you and the topic that you chose for this evening.
Awesome. So thank you, Dr. Renita, so much for this invite. I really appreciate this. Work-life imbalance. And I called it imbalance because balance means equilibrium. And I don't think at any point in time in my life have things been balanced when it came to work life. So I'm 42 years old. I am a mother of four. I have a 22-year-old boy. He drives trucks. He's a big rig truck driver. I have an 18-year-old son who is heading off to Elizabeth City University, who is also in the military, and who has been building drones with NASA for the past couple of years during the summertime. I have a 12-year-old son who's into theater and gymnastics and pageants and modeling. And then there's my little broke best friend, Madeline Richardson. So, and if you follow Maddie's place and you see her journey, that's my girl. So very dear to me, my life, leadership, and I'm a wife, and I will be a wife for 20 years, excuse me, in October. Been with my husband for 22 years. So it has definitely been a journey, lots of ups and downs, lots of, if you can hear my family in the back, I apologize. Lots of ups and downs, lots of trials and tribulations. And finally, it took me probably about 41 years where I kept looking for this work-life balance, to where I said, I can only create an imbalance with boundaries. And that's exactly what has kept me sane. It has kept me, within myself, as far as from a mental stability. It has definitely opened up my eyes. It took me a long time, but it has opened up my eyes. And in all of that, my secret ingredient, my mama's juice, has definitely helped. So, with that being said, my topic today is work-life imbalance.
Let me tell you about you. If you don't crack me up.
Child, let me tell you.
It's real. And so what you didn't say is that in addition to being a wife, a mother of four, and four fabulous kids, because when you walk down their attributes, because you didn't talk about all the things that your broke best friend really does. I mean, she's a gymnast. She is working the pageant scene. She is a little mini model. She's so many things.
Yes.
And so lively and vibrant. But then you have another son who's in the theater and pageants and modeling. Yes. You have another son who is getting ready to go to Elizabeth City State. He has done some great things. You have another son who drives trucks and, just doing something little about, building stuff with NASA. That's all.
Yes.
Just a little bit. But then their mother is also, I mean, are you are over a lot of people.
I am. I work 45, 50 hours a week sometimes. I am a leader in retail. I'm a district peer. I am a trainer. I have been in retail. I worked for Home Depot for about 12 years, and I was in leadership there. Prior to that, I was a paramedic. And it was okay. It wasn't my forte. And then decided to stay in the retail business. Loved it. It was where I could reach people. Went to Guilford College for a little bit, went to GTCC, but my passion was people. And what, some people get this adrenaline rush, right? And my adrenaline rush came from when I seen a part-time person, take the bus and then buy a car, and then buy a car and then get an apartment, and then get an apartment and getting a promotion. And it was weird because it almost gave me like a high. So, I was like, okay, I didn't realize it in my environment that no matter who you are as a leader, you are a leader no matter where you're placed. It can be in a grocery store, it could be on a soccer field, it could be at a forum, it could be at work. And so at the time, as my family was growing, I couldn't go back to school. So I said, I'm going to take what my passion is and utilize it in the best absolute environment that I have now. And that was able to allow me to grow, and still, and there was no balance at all, because in retail, y'all like to shop on the weekends. Y'all don't shop Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Y'all want to come in 10 minutes before the store closed and stuff and want to shop. So, it was interesting. And in the meantime, through all of that, my husband is a pastor. He has a church. I know, I'm drinking wine. Don't judge. Y'all be all right.
As long as it red?
It is.
Okay, it's grapes.
It's there you go. And all of that, he still has a career. But he has definitely been so many of the ingredients that has allowed us to lay a solid foundation for our family. Like, love is learned. Love is a learned behavior. And when it becomes to where you effortlessly are doing something to ensure that the other person is okay, it just makes life easy. It just and it's not always easy, trust me. So
hello.
Okay? Because some days you want to go to the store for milk, And you know what that means? You don't come back. I think what's her name? Marie Osmond did that and left her husband with about 12 kids. I almost pulled that a couple times.
You think
So
about it.
yes, it's no joke. But in the same sense, I have learned to create boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like my boundaries start at 9:30. Don't ask me for nothing after 9:30.
Hello.
Unless you have broken something, you can't, holler or call for something. Unless you've fallen down the steps. And even within, somebody in here can call 911. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So if they know before 9:30, 10 o'clock, I will give them all of me. After that, I can't help you. I can't.
Right.
Don't wake me up because you got to go pee. None of that.
You can find your way yourself, because I loved when you brought that up in your intro. You said imbalance with boundaries, and that tickled my spirit, because I think that boundaries are a big word, and a lot of us don't know how to employ them.
Yes.
Or we put out boundaries in certain arenas and we don't put them up in others. And sometimes we even have to have boundaries within ourselves. Like I'm working on a personal boundary right now, and it's called shut it down and go to sleep. I have not been doing well with that boundary because I found myself up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, like still up. Like I didn't wake up at 4. I'm still up at 4. And like I'm gonna go take a little shower before I go to bed at 4:30. Right. I'm gonna get in bed at 5. And I mean, it's foolishness, and my body is telling me it's foolishness. And I'm of an older age now. I am not as young as I used to be. My husband and I have this discussion all the time. We are not the age we used to be.
And the knees are cracking. It hurts.
Hips,
everything.
My lower back is in a different space, and I don't know if that's just because I'm also bigger than I used to be, but I am definitely not as young. I think it's a happy combination.
Honey, the body just will put a brake on you.
Right. But it's usually
put a brake on you.
Right. It's that signal. It's that signal when you should have created some type of boundary. And this is just a personal, in-house, in-person boundary that you did not create. And sometimes it's sleep. I'm living that boundary. Sometimes it's you think you are stronger than you were, and you try to lift that thing you probably shouldn't have lifted. That should have been a boundary you cut. Sometimes it's the sugar boundary, because cookies are delicious.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And maybe if you don't set that boundary, your body's gonna scream. But your body screams with a lot of internal boundaries, and sometimes it's emotional.
Yes.
And you didn't set a boundary within yourself for what you are going to allow outside of you. So I think that setting boundaries is so huge, but once again, it's a good skill not a lot of us have, and we don't employ it in the way that we should. And sometimes we do better with external boundaries than we do internal. And some things, like I don't have to eat a cookie. I'm good with not eating cookies. That's not but I'm good with not eating cookies. But I'm gonna let this person step all over me. I'm gonna let every time this phone rings, I'm gonna answer it. At what point did you discover that everything was going to be in balance? Because I think that's something that we need to touch on. But it's just never going to be in balance. I brought this up before, but I love that this was part of your topic, because that means I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
But also, when did you learn, I got to have boundaries?
So let me go to your first question, because I had to establish boundaries when the bottom of my cup was empty and there was no one pouring into my cup, and the bottom of my cup began to deteriorate, and that was me. And when I couldn't have peace of mind, because every time somebody raised their hand, I was there to do whatever it is that person needed, or that group, or that organization, or do they need a mom to do this or do that? It was always, I felt obligated to step in. And and I love that. So I decided that the Superwoman mentality that a lot of times culturally sits on our shoulder.
Yes.
I decided that, like Clark Kent, he takes his outfit off, he puts his outfit on. It took me 40 years to realize I can put it on and then I can take it off. and I will put it on when I need to, just like he did, and I will take it off when I need to. And so, it took me that long. It took me 40 years to realize that, one, I need to be transparent with myself. There is no way in the world that I should have to, at any point in time, take on everything.
Mm.
Baggage is just what it says. It is baggage. And I cannot take rocks and walk around with other people's stuff. So I don't mind giving myself now. But I used to give myself, take on, and then hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I drop it. And I go down and I lay on my bed and I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, it's not that I don't care or that I'm not empathetic, but all I can give you is what I know. All I can give you, if you choose to receive it, fantastic. We can celebrate. But if you don't, you have a responsibility as a human. Now, if that means that you have to seek therapy, or that means that you need a bigger circle, or whatever it is, but at some point in time, it took me 40 years to realize I can't do nothing else for you. I'm going to be here for you. I will give you whatever you ask for, but you have to continue to put something in my cup.
Hello.
If you cannot put anything in my cup, then my cup has to be moved. See, watch this. See? So, and that's just that. So,
But let me tell you how powerful that is. But it's also, it goes to, so in my personal belief, it goes to that spirit of discernment. You have to understand who is a sucker, who, just a straw. They are just a straw. They're just going to suck things out. And who is a pitcher. Some people are meant to pour things in, and some people have this thing where they can, and right after they finish drinking, they know how to pour it back in. But not everybody is that person.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you have to be aware of how many straws are in your life.
Absolutely.
Because some of us walk around with a lot of straws. Like, we find our whole circle being just a circle of straws. And if all you are is a straw, that's fine. Because that means you don't have anything to pour, or you're choosing not to pour anything. Because some people have things in their pitcher, they just choose not to pour it out.
Oh, absolutely.
But we have to figure out who are the pitchers and who are the straws. And if you find yourself around so many straws and you don't have any pitchers around you, then you need to, just like you did, you need to move your cup. Because maybe your cup needs to go to a new restaurant, needs to go to a new kitchen, it needs to go to a new veranda, or wherever you receive your pour.
Upgrade. And there's nothing wrong with upgrading.
And sometimes it's not even an upgrade, it's just a shift.
Or shift. Absolutely.
Sometimes it's got a shift.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to go to second gear. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but you got to figure out how you're going to get to the pitcher.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Somebody that straws, you're meant to serve. You're meant to serve the straw. But you cannot straw me all day. I love you. I got to hang up the phone. I can't answer another text. I'm not going to read an email. But sometimes you got to put the conversation on mute. I have learned how to do that on the text message. I won't even know you text until I look for it.
Yes.
But you just got to figure out who your pitchers and who your straws are.
And that's creating boundaries. And the people who are around you care, they will respect that. And ultimately be transparent. Yes. No one should have enough control over your life to not give you peace of mind. I mean, it is the number. If I feel like you are compromising my peace, I can't do it. There's nothing that's worth it, especially in today's climate, where I feel that even culturally we're having to take on more, and it's not just household. You can come out of the four walls in your home. We're talking socially. We're talking from a career perspective. We're talking about seeing people move up. All of these are things that are pressures that we are having to unconsciously put on ourselves. And so in order to be able to create the balance or the imbalance, you have to raise your hand. Honey, if I need help, I will raise my hand at any point in time, and I will delegate. My house, I'm not cleaning this house by myself. I'm not doing it. If I have the ability to go run a building in a business and delegate to people and make people have people that are productive and hire people and not have turnover and all, I can bring those same character traits right to my home and say, hey, I need you to do it. It's all about delivery. I need you to do this.
Well, it's delivery and leadership.
Absolutely.
I think that some people forget that leadership does not just exist at work. Leadership does not just exist in your business. It does not just exist in your organization. If you have a family or if you just have a life of your own, leadership is all around you, and you need to employ those leadership skills everywhere you are. And I think that that's what's so great about thinking about the work-life imbalance. Yes, it's always out of balance, but you can lead in all of it because you're constantly making choices.
Absolutely.
Decision making is a leadership trait. I mean, it is our soft skill of the month with Dr. Renita. Absolutely. Right now, we're looking. You got to make a decision. Can you make a decision?
That's it. Make a choice because you have them. Right. We're in a place where we have choices. So you can choose what you feel and what you feel. I have been talking to my kids about being strategic, thinking two spots ahead. Right. Making sure that whatever you do today is affecting whatever you do tomorrow. That your strategies and whatever you transition to should be seamless. Now, if it's and that could listen, honey, that could be from a spelling test to gymnastics, but they have to get that mindset early. They have to be able to work through certain things. That's why I love the Montessori program, because they teach a lot of independence. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's difficult. It's difficult to teach and deliver this to some young ladies, to women or young ladies, because they want to just take on everything. They want to just.
It's so something that is so uplifted right now. We put all this honor and glory on the I can do it all.
Yes.
And I know not just that I can, because I can do everything. I am with you. I have refused to do some things now, but I can do it all. But it's not just that I can do it all, it's that I actually do it all, and I work it out, and I do it wonderfully in heels. And that's not a plug to anybody who might be watching this right now, that they do it all in heels. They know exactly who I'm talking to.
Yes.
But you know, but that's society. Not only are you going to do it all, you do it all in heels with your pretty perfect dress on, wearing your crown and a smile, and your face is beat to the heavens and the earth, and you are ready to go. Every nail is perfect, every toe is painted, and you are fabulous.
Yes.
While you're doing everything for everybody but you. Let's be real. Even though I guess if you have all that going on, you've done something for you, but at the end of the day, is it really for you, or were you doing that to put on for other people?
Put on. That's to put on sometimes, because visually, you know, we can't help but to judge sometimes. And, you know, when you see someone that's well put together and you see someone that's well put together, you know, you get a immediate conclusion. It's a positive conclusion.
Right.
But I think the card, like the deck of cards that we have, that we play, and there's something on each one of those, it gets exhausting. Just like you said, it gets exhausting. And mentally, we can't sleep. We're running on E. But we put that smile on our face. Every now and then a tear might drop.
And we wipe that thing up as
honey, it's like it's burning. Don't let that get past your nostril. Because past your nostril, I mean, you think about it, if that tear goes down your cheek and it gets past your nostril, immediately you think of weakness. And so I think we have gotten out of how important our emotions are. We don't utilize, whether it be therapy or mental. Again, you don't have to be bipolar to have a counselor or a therapist.
No, you just need somebody to talk to, because you don't always need to utilize your friends. You don't always have to be a straw in that moment.
Yes. I'm an avid believer and have had a therapist for years. It has been my saving grace. Is anything wrong? Mm-mm. But sometimes I need a one-way street.
Yep.
Sometimes I don't necessarily need an opinion. Sometimes I just need to offload, and then I need to exhale, and I'm good.
Yes.
And
But
so,
we find ourselves using our friends as therapists a lot.
yes,
And they're
yes,
not trained. At
no,
least not all of them are. You might
no,
have a good friend who's a therapist who's trained, but then where's she getting to draw the boundary line between being your friend and being
right,
your therapist?
right, right. And that emotional connection, because you need someone that's going to be unbiased and tell you when you're wrong, or tell you when you need to stop, or tell you need to fix your standard, or tell you that your boundaries aren't close enough. You have to have that person. Now, some people have that honest friend that can do it. I don't know how long they're going to be friends, but they may have that honest friend. But, I always have said, be careful of who you take advice from, because if you want to trade places with them, halt what you're asking. So, just be very, very careful. Be mindful what you're asking for sometimes, because, I can't go to a, single person and ask them to help me fix my marriage.
They will try.
But
let me tell you, that's one of those you think but you have no idea type situations. And there is not one marriage that is identical. I have had many a friend come to me after maybe year one or a few months in and say, why didn't you tell me it was going to be like this? I wanted you to say I do. You seem like you really wanted to do it. I didn't want to stop you. 2, I didn't know this was going to happen to you. I can tell you what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I still like him enough.
Yeah, same here.
To still be married. I love him. And I love a lot of people. I am called to love people. The Lord said I'm supposed to love people. But do I like you enough? And I still like him enough. And it's not every day. And it's not every moment either.
Yes.
But
as long as you tell you. Yes.
Right. But I can't tell you what it's going to be. I can give you a clue of what happened to me. But once again, I'm not trying to scare you.
Yes. Yes. And you can give scenarios. And you can give opinions, and you can, like I said, you can give some advice. But again, you just have to understand. I always have this disclosure. It is important to know what you're asking for. So you're asking me. Now, all I can do is give you my opinion and what has worked for me. It may not work for your kids. It may not work for your marriage. You may have a certain standard that's a little bit different from mine and vice versa. But all I can do is give you what I'm not requiring you. I'm not asking you for accountability, or you're asking me for accountability. None of that is occurring.
Right.
But I'm going to give you what I know has worked for me. Now, when it stops working for me, then I'll take a different turn.
Right.
But as long as it's what I have, so everybody wants their kids to go to college, right? And it's funny because my oldest son came to me when he graduated from high school, and he said, I want to go to college. And I had so many of my friends, they were like, aren't you disappointed? Aren't you upset? I said, no, because if he didn't want to go, you know how much money, if he would have told
somebody
in 4 years, after we've put in money for you to get something, you didn't know what you want. You want to be a truck driver. He has always worked hard. He worked 2 jobs in high school, paid off a car in high school, and now is making an amazing living, doing very, very well. And so, but then I have a child that wants to go to college. He wants to play basketball. He's in the military. These are things. So again, none of those are disappointments, but I had to make sure that they understood balance, not what other people's expectations were, but they understood balance, and it worked.
Right.
I don't think that there is a textbook or a perfect or a checklist to trying to figure out work-life balance either. I've had friends ask me, well, how do you do it? Child, I don't know. I can kind of tell you, but it just depends on the day. Because, like, if we got pageant practice, that's a whole different day. If we got gymnastics, that's a different day. You got to multitask. You got to raise your hand. You got to plan. The biggest thing that has changed my life, Dr. Renita, has been organization.
Let me
Let me tell you.
Can I tell you that'll preach by itself?
When I tell you, when you organize yourself, me and my sticky notes, okay? Because I'm just now realizing how to do all this live stuff. And Kanisha keeps looking at me about my sticky notes. Y'all got sticky notes everywhere. And but honey, let me tell you, organize yourself. Take that extra step to put so that things are put together. It just
Right.
makes life. That's the seamless piece.
Mm-hmm.
It makes life. And you're gonna have hiccups, but not as
Right.
many. Not as many.
Right. But and I will tell you, so I think the turnaround really happened for me is when I really started to use a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to be a big proponent of a certain kind of paper planner. I'm not as hooked anymore. And I because I have not said no to enough things.
Right.
I say yes to too many things that I have not had time to sit down with my paper planner as much. But if it was not for this planner or this calendar on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
I write down everything. It has to go on the calendar. And I have
Yeah.
about 62 calendars, it feels like, because I have one for me, one for my job, one
Right.
for my businessy me stuff, one
Yeah.
stuff, my actual business stuff, one a
Yeah.
calendar for my nonprofit. Then Rain has her own personal calendar,
Jesus.
which is shared with her pageant coach, because I just need her to know
Yeah.
sometimes. And then there's the family calendar that we all
Right.
share, which the only
Right.
person I think looks at it is me and my husband when he feels like it on a good day.
Yes.
He don't put
Yes.
enough on it either, because sometimes he has stuff that should have been on the calendar he didn't put on there, and I put
Yes.
something else on the calendar during that time.
Yes.
I
Yes.
had to, but when I got to the calendar, and I could say nope, I can't. That helped me say no to
Yes.
something. No,
Yes.
I don't. I cannot. Oh, I would love to, but oh no, the calendar is telling me that I can't because I put it on the calendar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, the other piece is organize. I started organizing my money a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Wow.
I got this
Yes.
online app that's like the envelope system, and I
Oh,
know where I spend my money. Can
honey, you
I
got
go
to
get
right
it?
there.
I want to. I can't
Yeah.
because my money is organized in a way. It told me that if I'm gonna pay for this bill later this month,
I
I
know
can't
that's
get this
right.
shirt today.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right.
But it helped when I started writing things down. When
Yes.
I
Yes.
started really just organizing myself on paper or even electronic paper. When
Yes.
certain things got organized, it helped me set my boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I can do this today. No, I can't do this today. I can't talk to you right now because I got to get my mind right, because in an hour, I got to talk to somebody I don't like. And
Yes.
so
That takes a lot.
I cannot let you straw me right now.
That's right. That takes a lot. That takes
If
a
you're
lot.
not going to be in my picture right now,
That's
I
right.
cannot.
That's right. That's right. So I'm right there with you. Another huge thing is take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to have your off day, where
Mm,
you shut down, where you take a nap at 2 o'clock. It seems awkward. And I used to feel guilty for having those days. Like I felt like I needed to do something, but it gets really bad when you on Mother's Day or your birthday, you ask for time. You don't
mm.
want no gifts. You don't want any gifts.
Let me tell
You
you,
just
I
want
think
time.
I saw a meme or something about Mother's Day. What do I want for Mother's Day?
Uh-huh.
Everybody gone. I want
Yes.
time to myself. I want to
Yes.
not have to be a mother. I
Yes.
would like just to sleep.
Yes.
But that
Yes.
tells you there's so many mothers, female leaders feeling that way.
Yes.
I don't want
Yes.
anything except
Yes.
for time to think,
Yes.
time to be me, time to
Yes.
sleep, just
Yes.
time to breathe.
Yeah. To think, to actually make fluid to the ideas that's in your mind that has to
Mm.
do with you, that you
Hmm.
have to put to the side because everybody else is on the front line.
Yes.
And so I have to have those days. I have to have those days where I talk about my dreams because I still have them. Yes, I'm 42, but I still have dreams. And not every one of my dreams is evolved around Maddie's place. You know what I mean?
Hello.
Every one of my dreams is revolved around my kids or my marriage or my job, but just me.
Right.
And so it takes discipline, and it has taken me some time to discipline myself to say it's okay for me to think about me. It's okay for me to be selfish.
Right.
It's okay for me to think about just me. Like I can mute out. I told Maddie the other day when she was crying, child, you are kid number 4. Your cries do nothing for me. Nothing. Like they don't even bother me. So you can cry, like we can cry for 5 hours. I don't even hear you. After like 30 minutes, I don't hear you no more.
Right. I've tuned
And
you
she
out.
just shut down because it doesn't even affect me anymore. Please understand that, So I think we miss that piece as parents, as mothers, whether you're married or you're single. It doesn't matter to me. And it's even worse if you don't have that partner because
Right.
you're taking on so much. So again, we don't get that opportunity to say it's okay for you to think about you.
Yeah.
But
And I think that we need to, when we're talking about thinking about yourself, I think we need to strip the word selfish away because it's so
Mhm.
negative, even
It
though it
is.
doesn't have to be.
Yes,
But it's so
absolutely.
negative. I love that people come up with this idea of being of self-care. I think that came
Yes.
from not wanting to call it
So,
selfish.
right,
That
right.
is self-care. But even that's becoming a taboo type of word right
Yes,
now
it
because
has.
it's so overused.
Yes,
But
it
you
is.
do need to think about you.
Yes,
It is, I mean, so for me, I think sometimes I think of it as life leadership. You need
yes.
to lead your own life so that you can lead
Absolutely.
others.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
but it's just you got to take care of you, and it's not selfish. It's actually benefiting the world.
Absolutely.
If
And your
I take
family.
care of me, right? If I take care of me, I
Yes,
promise you, I'll be a better leader. I promise you,
absolutely.
I will be a better wife. I will be a better mother.
Absolutely.
I will be better all around if I take care of me. So let's
Absolutely.
not think of it as being selfish.
Oh,
Let's think
absolutely. I
about of
agree.
me. This is me investing in me to help you. Because my self-care and me taking care of myself and me taking a break and me running away, and I sometimes I say, I just need to run away. Me
Yes,
running away is actually
yes,
saving your life. I don't
yes.
think they know that.
No, they don't. They don't. Because I think, just like you said, the word selfish, it's like resilience.
Hmm.
When you start talking about being resilient, what's attached to that? Super. Okay,
Hmm.
but we don't really think about the definition of resilience. It's building. You
Right.
have to build resilience. It doesn't just happen overnight.
And you got to go through some stuff.
You got to go through, come out, probably go back into it again,
Hmm.
and then figure out how to come back. If you don't go through, then there's no way that you will ever be able to figure out how to break down issues and
Right.
create standards and create
Absolutely.
boundaries. You can't. So if you back away from every challenge, because you don't know how to deal with it, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Absolutely.
If you don't fail, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I
And it's
take
going to
it,
hurt
oh, it hurts.
because you don't know how
Huh?
to fail if you never failed.
No, no.
That
And
first
it's
failure sucks.
oh, absolutely. Even in parenting,
Hmm.
the decisions sometimes we make, it's crazy because Maddie will juice. My oldest child, all he eats is chicken nuggets and French fries. Well, he grew up on McDonald's, so that tells you the maturity level. She wants sushi for lunch, and he's eating cups of macaroni and cheese.
How did we
So it
raise
just
these bougie children? And it's not even to say they're bougie,
okay.
because that even is a
It's
negative
okay.
connotation. But we
Nuh-uh.
have raised children with very high standards.
Very
Because I got children who like sushi and
yes,
asparagus. They want the
yes.
upgraded side at the meal.
Oh yes. Oh
Oh
yes.
my goodness, they have champagne drinks.
Yes, and I told you, broke. She broke. Had me in Lowe's clipping basil the other day out of some little makeshift garden that they got in Lowe's food. I said, "Girl, you better go down this seasoning aisle and get the kind that's dried. That's $1.50 that says Harris Teeter on the front of it with a little loaf of bread on it." Okay, stop playing with me. Stop. And then it's I don't know, Mama, we can't drink that kind of milk. So what kind of milk? It has to be Fairlife.
Oh,
So
but I will say, and that FL milk, because we're not gonna give them this. Yes, we are, because maybe they'll sponsor us. Fairlife milk is incredible.
Well, look, and that's all she'll drink. That's it.
It's a different type of milk. I am not angry with her.
And eggs have to be pasteurized, not cage free. Don't you bring cage free here, or no paper plates because you're gonna kill the turtles. I don't even know what turtles we're trying to save, child. Where are they at? Are they in the creek? Like, what the paper plates got to do with the turtles? Tell me. So,
but you know what? But that is so it's a part of that imbalance where we have grown up one way and had the opportunity to see certain things, and so we're thrown off of balance because we're trying to tip the scales for our children.
Absolutely.
And so we end up with these broke best friends.
Yes, child.
Who have these champagne dreams, but we want to encourage them.
Absolutely.
But of course, that is going to throw us further off kilter because some of those things we weren't prepared for them to latch on truly so early. We didn't know what the cost of that hope would be. Because part of it is just hope. We hope that they experience more and live better until they have a higher expectation. We hope that they desire more and they want to do better. And so that they will even bring up the next generation. So we have these hopes that nobody will be able to impress them with little things. Like, you're not going to impress me with this asparagus. You're not going to impress me with a crown or a gown. You're not going to impress me with a limo ride. You're not going to impress me with a trip. I've done all this. What else do you have to bring to the table?
Yes. Genuine character traits.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to instill. Is genuine, because you can buy your own house. You can get your cars. You can have your education. But genuine people.
Right. What else is there to you?
Absolutely. So if she wants a Tiffany and Company birthday party, I don't even own anything Tiffany and Company. Okay. We do. Absolutely. Overcompensate. We do overcompensate. Absolutely.
And even in that piece by itself is an imbalance.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because what we're thinking we're doing is, okay, well, if we set them up on this plateau, and and feel these standards and these boundaries with them, in them, then that's what they're going to be attracted to. That's what they're going to surround themselves with.
Right.
And so it is. And sometimes I have to pull myself back, and realize that, maybe that's not important, or, maybe I need to redirect, and we need to maybe focus on something else. Saturday, I'll give you an example. Saturday, we went down to a boutique. Well, Maddie had her little regular high heels on, so we're supposed to go to a birthday party afterwards. Put some clothes in the car so she could change, because she was going to be a 7-year-old. No, mommy, that'll mess up my outfit. So she played in heels on the miniature. Oh yeah. I was struggling. I don't do heels. I have only been inspired to do heels by somebody. Who
encourages heel wearing by example.
He does. That person that somebody encourages. And now I even have a couple pictures in Pretty Feet. Now why am I going? Pretty? Tell me why. I don't even understand.
But it's because you've been around a leader who leads by example, and even your little person leads you. But part of that is too because you're a very involved mother, and so you practice with her. So you've practiced Pretty Feet. I know you have.
I have. And when I'm sitting at my desk or standing up at my desk and my feet are in Pretty Feet, and I'm like, stop, get yourself up. You're not gonna keep doing this, man. This foolery.
This is going too far.
Right. So it is. We talked about setting boundaries, and ultimately, like we said, setting goals. I have goals for myself. I would love to go back to school for psychology, and I have about 2 years left in order for me to be able to get my degree, and it's my ultimate goal, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen,
and I will be at the Celebrate when it goes down.
Yes, it might take me a long time, just a class here and there, but it's going to happen.
Well,
It has
sometimes you just got to keep biting off the sandwich. Eventually, you'll
yeah,
eat it all.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm okay with that. I have come to, I'm taking baby steps. Because I got to figure out how to work a computer. I can't go to nobody's school. I don't know how to work no computer, child. I'm still working off of, what is it? The slides that we used
The
to have.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. Y'all still do those?
People still do
They
PowerPoints. You are
do.
all
They still
right.
have
Yes.
Excel. I know how to
Yes. Yes. PowerPoint and Excel. Yes. See, you are
see.
further than you believe.
Lord have mercy. I even know how to add rows in Excel. I learned how to do that.
Look at you. See?
Yes.
Look, please stop underestimating your greatness.
I'm trying. I'm in
take that back. Don't underestimate your relevance.
Amen. Amen. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. Amen.
Do not underestimate your relevance, because things of old are also things of new.
That's right.
And a lot of things that are happening are just things that built upon things you already have. So, of course, yes, we still use Word. We still use PowerPoint. We still use Excel. There are other operating things out there, but it's usually some version of Word, PowerPoint, Excel.
Yes. Listen, it took me 30 minutes to figure out this link thing, child. I got all these little icons on the side of this laptop. I don't even know what they belong to, but it's okay because I think I can delete them when I finish. I done got all these little smiley faces and stuff, but I got it.
Look at you. You got it. You are here.
I am definitely trying. So, I mean, that's my synopsis of how I balance, and still am able to stay sane and still
balancing the imbalance.
Yes.
But I think part of the beauty of what you do, and which gives you the brevity and the freedom to do what you do, is that you realize that always something's going to tip the scale. There's always going to be, today is a Maddie day. Today may be a Jude day. Today may be a Norris day, but tomorrow, I can guarantee you is going to be a Tosha day.
That's right.
And that's what's going to tip this the scale. They're not saying that other stuff is not there. It's absolutely there. But today I'm going to put a lot more Tosha on this other side. And that's what we're going to deal with today is Tosha.
Yes.
And not that I don't care about the stuff on the other side of the scale, but today we are going to pour.
Yes.
Tosha
yes.
On this
and
side
I
of the scale.
Forward to that. Like that's my goal. My goal is for me to have that time. And sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, I'll leave work early and I'll sit in the parking lot before I go into work. And that's my time. It might be 20 minutes. It might be 15 minutes. It might be affirmations to myself. It could be, honey, me playing Cardi B, or Biggie. And I don't see, and I don't even care. Yeah, I will grind in the car going down Wendover. I don't care if people you should
join the party is what I encourage them to do.
Yes. And some days, yes, honey, some days, it might be a gospel, whatever it is, that's my time. From the time I leave, my husband actually drops our children off in the morning, even though I pass their school to give me that time.
Wow.
And because it's like 15 minutes, that's it. But that's my fuel for the beginning of the day. Now I had a couple of kids afterwards, but that's besides the point.
But I will tell you that was one of the things people used to say, Renita, you drive so far to go to work, because it used to take me about 50 minutes to get from our house to work.
Okay.
One way. And I said, at first it was like, it was going to my hometown. We don't live in our hometown anymore, but it was going there to go to work. And I was like, why is this not bad to me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the only promised 100 minutes that I'm going to have to myself all day. I used to listen to books.
Yep.
My car concert. Tosha, my God.
Yes.
It's multi-genre. My car concert would be fabulous.
Yes.
And then I started taking, like, at one point in time, like when we lived here, and it was a shorter commute, like it was 25, 30 minutes when I was going from Greensboro to Elon to work. And I had the boys in the car. It went, and then at some point in time, my little First
Yes.
broke best friend. She
Yes.
started riding with me, but at one point I was able to drop her off at my mama's and drive
Right.
from my mama's to work. There was like another 20 minutes.
Oh, gee.
So I
Yes.
had the 20. But
Yes.
then, like, she was with me all the time. I'm like, oh, you done took my car. But then I stopped caring that she was in the back seat. Like,
Right.
oh, you gonna catch all this car concert. You may not be
Absolutely.
able to listen to the books because some of these books you don't need to hear.
Right.
But my car concert, honey,
Yeah.
you catching all of it. If you want to join in, feel free.
Mine no. They see me go and they say, hey, they'll say, well, what playlist you putting in? And I got one called trap music. I don't even really know what that is. But let me tell you something. Child, this is good music. I can't understand what they saying. It all sound like they're using the toilet. But I be in the car. You can't, because I be doing like that. You know how they be doing on the videos
So
and
you
stuff.
look
And I
like
feel,
you yes.
yes,
Mhm.
that's my moment.
Yeah.
That's my moment. Yes, honey. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't even care. I'd have probably sold drugs on the song and all kinds of stuff. All of this that happened in this song. I don't know what they said, but when I tell you I be in there rocking, I have dice in my mirror. You remember dice? I got some dice on my rearview mirror. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see my sticker? Where it go? Just a good mom with a hood playlist. There you go. And that's how I get by. It's exactly how I get by.
But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta. I mean, it's not really hurting anybody. You gotta do what you need to do. It's not like
Yes.
you are actually utilizing the substances that they may be talking about in these songs. You know,
No.
it's just I'm just jamming the good music. Like
That's
so.
it.
On a radio station back home years ago, they used to have this thing called Jam It or Slam It. And they used everybody was they was like, jam it. Yeah. They were like, why do you want to jam?
Yes.
I like the beat. They have no clue what the song is saying.
No,
But they like the beat. And I'll tell you, trap music has some great trappy beats.
Yes.
Now that I know what some of the songs are saying, being that my 23-year-old does educate me. I said some of it, I just, once I found out my ears said,
it is too much. Now, I will tell you, I have reverted back every now and then to a little Biggie, maybe some Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
I'll drop that every now and then. Now, some of this stuff, I can't. All I hear is a bunch of grunts and moans. I don't know which word they get. I don't get it. But they make it, I don't know. You will hear like one word in between each verse. No clue what they say.
Right. But you know what? That's where the boundary lies.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, look, I can enjoy your beat as much as the boundary lets me, but I now have a boundary, and my boundary is that sound right there. I realize what you said, and I no longer can listen to you, and so there's my boundary. But you allowed me to have freedom in a moment because that's one thing. So Rain and I hosted an artsathon a couple of weeks ago. And, part of the reason why I feel like, and I felt like, even though, her platform is the arts to me, but I feel like the arts are so important because the arts are literally life-changing.
Yes.
I think that people underestimate the power of the arts, the power of music, the power of sound, the power of visual. What do you see? They can make or break your day. And when you're dealing with work-life imbalance, sometimes the way you tip the scale to joy is through that song, or it's through that art piece that you see, it's through that color that somebody put on the wall. Like the first thing I do when I move into homes is we're going to paint the walls. I can't live in all white walls. I can't. Absolutely. And so because colors change me. And so that's the way I help to tip my scales, what I see and what I hear. And if it's done in an artistic way, that's all the better.
Yes, absolutely. It's crazy because prior to social media and television, people were entertained by art.
Absolutely.
People were entertained by music. There were social events. There were, places and events that would occur with nothing but music.
Absolutely.
And art. And so it's crazy that we don't embrace that anymore. The complexity of art and what it does to exercise our brain.
Right.
you know, to be able to give us an ability to express ourselves in a completely different way. To
Mhm.
give people instead, it's okay to be transparent sometimes, but to not be transparent and put that and pour that into art. So,
Right.
I get it. I completely 100% get it. That's why I love my music.
Yes.
I love my music. My child loves her music, honey. She'll go from singing the Bible to Sasha Fierce. She,
Hello.
yes,
Yeah, we go from the Bible in here sometimes to just it's the entire Hamilton soundtrack. Well, at least Act
absolutely.
One because she can't listen to Act Two. She listens to 3 songs in Act Two. That's it. Yeah, those three. She
Love it.
just doesn't need to know
I
yet.
know that's right. I know that's right.
But that's dealing with the imbalance. So
Absolutely.
Tasha, we are rounding up on the end of our time, but I do want to reiterate some of the things that you told us tonight when we're dealing with our work-life imbalance. And the first thing is to set boundaries,
Yes.
followed by get organized.
Mm,
Whatever that means for you. For me lately, I had to reorganize my office. I want to say God bless you
mhm.
to Lady Shahani and Lady Kenya. They came here and they both had enough of me talking about what my office looked like. They hadn't even seen it. And I told them what it looked like and what it felt like, and they could not take it anymore for me. So they came and helped me balance this moment and help me organize my office. So God bless them.
Awesome.
I love them.
Awesome.
But then next, to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And as we discussed it, it's not particularly selfish. It's really
Mhm.
saving the life of
Mhm.
others.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then finally, setting goals. You
Yes.
know, some of us don't push, we don't lead, we don't go for because we don't have anything to go towards.
That's right.
And I think that, even when we're looking at our fellowship, sometimes because they see us as a leader, being the imbalance, we're taking on everything, we're doing everything. They don't do because they don't have to,
Right.
because we're doing it all. We're taking this side of the imbalance. They
Absolutely.
don't push for more. They don't even know what they're going towards because they don't know the goal.
That's right.
So as leaders, we set a goal and then
Yes.
do these other things. We offload. We
Mhm.
organize enough that we know what needs to happen. We know what's going on, so we can handle the stuff to other people because we've also acknowledged them and know what they can and cannot do. We've set the
Absolutely.
boundaries. What you're not going to do is tell me I have to do this. No, because I know you. I've seen you do XYZ before. I'm going to encourage you. You can do it.
That's
You
right.
do it. And
That's
that's my
right.
boundary, that I'm not going to do it for you.
That's it.
And in that respect, we're also taking care of ourselves.
That's right.
So I
That's
think
right.
that those are definitely some of the key elements to work life imbalance. And things may work differently for different people, but I
Yes.
think we can do those 4 things.
Yes. Raise your
That
hand. Get
we
help.
can literally change our lives. Taking
Absolutely.
care of ourselves is sometimes raising your hand. I think that is one of the most powerful things.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it is hard. It's
Yes.
hard for us to raise our hands sometimes because, again, we associate help with weakness,
Hmm.
or we'll get to that very, very, very end and don't know how. So, absolutely. Honey, I raise my hand in a minute and delegate some stuff. I don't care. I'm sorry. I can't do it by myself. And I don't want to do it by myself.
Right.
That's the
Right.
biggest thing. I probably could, but I don't need to.
Right. I have too many people around me who have been blessed
Yes.
with their greatness.
Yes. Yes. Surround yourself with these circles, honey.
Yeah.
These pageant aunties and sisters and the OGs. Come on, honey.
Come on now.
Bring them. If you need, you raise your hand. You keep that circle. That circle is so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
So,
Tasha, I want to thank you for coming on and being real and raw
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
and
Thank
just
you.
being incredible. You are awesome. You
Thank
are truly
you.
awesome.
Thank
Um,
you, Miss Renita.
look, it's all I can say. I am grateful to have you in my life and have you be a person who I can raise my hand around.
Well, we love you. Our whole family love you. We love your babies and everybody. I am talk about you all the time. What you have done and what you continue to do, your platform and everything. So thank you for being a resource.
Absolutely.
Thank you. If I have to raise a hand, I have raised it to you before. And we done had some good, our little car conversations.
Yes, honey, I miss our car conversation.
Yes, I miss our car conversations. So we definitely got to figure that out, do a retreat or something. I would love to get everybody together. So I just thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully this won't be the last time people see you. There are many, many things I have coming down the pipe, but I thank you for this moment. Thank you for your yes. Everyone out there, this has been another incredible. I told you she wasn't gonna let us down. I already knew. Another incredible night with Leadership Live. This is week 19. I will be right back here next Monday night at 9 o'clock for week 20.
Awesome.
Can you believe it? Week 20 of Leadership Live 2021 with another amazing guest. Just know I've not let you down thus far, and I will not.
No, you will not.
The people coming.
Better come.
Yes.
Better come.
Every Monday night at 9 o'clock. But I'll be right back here next week for week 20 of Leadership Live. Thank you so much. I love every single one of you. And remember to always, always, always keep your leadership all the way live. See you next week. Bye.